What's up, YouTube? And welcome to Back in Bama with Corey, all about Bama football news, updates, and more, just for lifelong fans just like you. Now, for a while now, I've been avoiding talking about the defensive coordinator, Kane Wommack. Now, Kane Wommack, 2024 season to 2025, his defense had improved in a really good way. But his defense was really challenged with offenses that had really good quarterbacks, and his zone defenses were picked apart. And a lot of times, these guys looked confused. They didn't know who to cover. They were out of place, and they damn sure didn't know how to tackle. And if you hit the like button if you agree, and subscribe. And he has to get his defense to be able to stop the run against really good running teams. Now, Indiana just gashed Alabama, but I'm going to leave it at that. Now, follow along with me via Bama Hammer. Former Alabama front seven duo to Ohio State is bad news for Kane Wommack's defense. Did I say anything about that small-ass defensive play card that he holds? Anyway, I'm going to let that go. The transfer portal has impacted Alabama Crimson Tide defense in a big way this offseason. Now's the time for the Alabama Crimson Tide to make the necessary adjustments on defense. After getting back into the college football playoff after a year's absence, their defense fell apart in the Rose Bowl versus the juggernaut Indiana Hoosiers. The fact that they could not move the ball on the Hoosiers did not help either. Will the Crimson Tide figure it out soon? Well, to be quite frank, they will need to. Now, on Monday evening, James Smith and Qua Russell announced that they were transferring to Ohio State. Now, basically, both of these guys came from Alabama, if I'm not mistaken, Montgomery. But these guys announced that they were coming out of the portal on the other side, joining the Big Ten. Now, as I said before, both are Montgomery natives committed to Alabama out of high school together. They entered the transfer portal together and are going to Ohio State together. For as exhausting as this might have been, losing the pair to Columbus does signify one thing that Alabama has to come to grips with. If one of the best defenses in the Power Four sees value in them, Alabama could regret losing the pair. Now, for now, Kalen DeBoer would have to put even more faith into Kane Wommack to get this defense right. As I said, guys, now Kane Wommack defense improved from 24 to 2025 season. But his defense got exposed when they had really good quarterbacks that simply just could pick apart, could find the open spaces in the defense that Kane Wommack was trying to run. And then on top of that, because the offense, Alabama's offense, three and out. Well, that doesn't do any justice for the defense because the defense never gets any rest because they stay on the field too long. And then what happens? That's points for the other team, simply because the defense has no energy to stay in the fight. Now, Bama must adjust after losing James Smith and Qua Russell to the Buckeyes. One of the advantages of this offseason is Alabama can get more in sync with the type of team DeBoer wants to work with. This would be year 3 for him, taking over the Crimson Tide for Nick Saban. And as I said in many of videos, Kalen DeBoer is on the clock. Season 3, year 3, is redemption or the door for DeBoer. Now, it says, in fact, he has spent more time in Alabama than he ever did at Washington. Both jobs are different, but there is no reason to believe he cannot have the Crimson Tide back in the playoffs again. Now, with Ty Simpson turning pro, it would be another era under center at quarterback for the Crimson Tide. Austin Mack has been in school longer, but Keelan Russell offers the higher upside. In reality, Alabama needs to do a far better job of running the football within the context of Ron Grubb's offense that they have done previously. This is the best way to help sort out any issues on defense. Going to Ohio State does not pose the same kind of threat it would have if the duo went to another SEC school. Regardless, 2026 feels like the year where Wommack has to take on an even bigger role within the context of this coaching staff. The board knows offense will have to become the true CEO type to ever win a championship. Alabama's national title hopes next season may sink or swim on Womack's leveling up as a coach. Guys, what's your thoughts? Hey, look, I've been quiet. I've been focusing mostly on, hey, whether Kalen DeBoer is soft, whether his team is soft. We passed that. Then we started talking about, hey, the moving between the transfer portal, who's leaving, who's joining. You know, so there's just been the O-line coach. Should he be retained or fired? So we've covered a lot of ground. Even talked about the director of player development and his thoughts about, hey, don't worry about who's running to the portal. Alabama only wants players who want to be in Alabama. So guys, I've covered it from A to Z. Okay? Covered it from A to Z. But again, this channel is for us, real lifelong Alabama fans, guys. Now, I'm not worried about getting no free tickets to no games. I'm not worried about jumping on anybody's podcast. This channel is for us. It is for our opinions, our thoughts about the current state of the Alabama football program under Kalen DeBoer. And again, as I said in this video, it's about Kane Womack. It got to be a can't bend, can't break defense in 2026. And they got to pull all the right pieces together to make this thing work. As I said before, I'm going to give Kane Womack credit for improving the defense from year to year. But 2026, there's got to be some changes. You got to get some guys up front, tough up front. We need, as many people said, we need some dogs. We need some dogs on that D-line to be able to get to these quarterbacks and shake things up and make people fear Alabama again. That's a if they can do it. But guys, you share your thoughts. And remember, back in Bama with Corey, all about Bama football. Hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to Back in Bama with Corey, all about Bama football. Turn on all notifications and hit that like button.